So you're looking to retire down south, but you really don't want to go all the way to Florida? Well, let me tell you, South Carolina could be the perfect place for you. And today we're going to be talking all about why you should or shouldn't retire to South Carolina. What's up, everyone? Welcome back. As always, I'm your favorite YouTubing Charleston realtor, Bill Olson, and today we're talking all about retirement. Now, personally, I might be just a few years away from retirement still, but that doesn't mean I haven't researched it for you, so that you need to know the good and the bad about retiring right here to the great state of South Carolina. So let's get started. We're going to start with the biggest thing, and that is the tax benefits and the downfalls. The first thing with taxes that we're going to mention are going to be the property taxes. And if you've watched any of my videos, you've heard me talk about this before. And the main thing is that we have some of the lowest property taxes in the country. But there's an added bonus. Now, if you're over 65 and you've been a legal resident of the state for at least a year, you can qualify for even lower property taxes with the homestead exemption. Now, with this, you could be exempt from being taxed on the first $50,000 of your property's fair market value. But it doesn't even stop there. And when it comes to Social Security income, you're not taxed on that, which means you get to keep it all. And better yet, there's also a $15,000 deduction for seniors that get retirement income from other sources. But we are talking about taxes, and there is a downside to them. Now, what you need to be aware of is that there is a personal property tax, which could cost you a few $100s per year for your car, depending on the make and the model. Also, if you enjoy eating out, don't forget there's an additional 2% tax on food and beverage meant to be consumed on premise in a restaurant, on top of the already 9% sales tax. So be ready to pay 11% sales tax on any meals and drinks that you eat out. Next, we're going to talk about the housing. And when it comes to housing, we all know that there's three main factors that come down to the price, and that is location, and you guessed it, location. South Carolina has something for just about everyone. Now, from the beaches to the rivers to the cities to the country, one of the first things I ask my clients that are considering South Carolina, especially for retirement, is what are you looking to get out of it in terms of lifestyle and budget? Now, speaking about here in Charleston, we see a lot of people looking to retire close to the beach, and the prices are going to reflect that, but also vary greatly depending on how close to the beach you want to be. The rule of thumb is generally the closer you are to the beach or a major city, the more expensive housing is going to be. So if you're operating on a smaller fixed income budget, looking a little further inland or more on the outskirts of a major city might be your best bet. If you still want to be closer to the coast or a major city, you may have to sacrifice the size of your home in order to get the location that you desire. If you are looking to escape the big cities for a more rural retirement, there are plenty of small towns where you can get some land and just enjoy nature. I know one thing that retirees are usually looking for in location is access to healthcare, and these are usually in the major cities. So be sure to check out my video. It's the top 5 cities that people are moving to in South Carolina. I'm going to link it at the end of this video and also drop it down in the description for you so that you can watch it right after this. Another big draw to South Carolina is the weather, but it also has its drawbacks too. South Carolina has a subtropic climate for the most part, with the summers, especially on the coast, can be extremely hot and humid, with the winters generally being mild. This is perfect for someone with an active lifestyle where you can spend most of the year outside. Now, of course, the further inland and north you get, you'll see much colder winters than the southern coastal areas, but it'll still be warmer than up north. Now, the drawback to the weather that usually concerns people the most are the hurricanes. Yes, they're big, they're nasty, and they're nothing to be balked at. However, when it comes to natural disasters, everywhere has them. I will take the hurricanes over most of them. And while their paths aren't predictable by any means, I mean, they do call them spaghetti models, they are fairly slow moving. It's kind of like being stalked by a turtle. And because of this, you have plenty of time to prepare whether you're going to stay or you're going to evacuate to safety. Now just remember that if evacuation is your plan, and it's usually the safest, be sure to leave early as a storm can turn at any second. And if the entire coast is evacuating at the same time, traffic can get pretty hairy and you don't want to get stuck in that. Going hand in hand with the good weather for an active lifestyle, like I said, is being able to enjoy outdoor activities nearly year-round, especially here on the coast where I am. So overall, South Carolina is a beautiful state that you can explore more and more every day. And if you're into history, be sure to take a trip here into Charleston and visit all the historical sites the city has to offer. But if you're looking to get away from civilization, check out Francis Marion National Forest. It's over 400 square miles. And it features campsites, rifle ranges, boat ramps, trails, and more. Just about something for everyone in the family. And finally, something that draws people to South Carolina is the southern hospitality and slower pace of life. Now, yeah, I know there are mean people here, but there's mean people everywhere. But overall, people in South Carolina are just nicer than in most other states, especially to people they don't know. And the pace of life is a little slower here too. I know when I retire, I'm not going to be in a rush to get anywhere, so why would I want to be around others that are always rushing to get somewhere? Just slow down and enjoy the beautiful scenery. I hope this helped if you're considering a move to South Carolina. Like I said, here's that other video about the top 5 cities that people are moving to, as well as another video you might enjoy. And don't forget to subscribe and ring that little bell so you're notified anytime I put out a new video. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.